Hey everyone, I'm the Real Evab. You're watching the A20 Guardian 100 game analysis. This is run number 53. Let's get started. Another Sapphire run. Despite it not being a great target for Twin Slam, or I guess it could be either way. Twin Slam not being a great target for Sapphire. I still don't feel negatively towards it because we can find a Brace Common to socket it into pretty easily. So, our options are choose a colorless card, obtain 100 gold, lose all gold for 14 max HP, or boss swap. See how our pattern looks in this act. Looks like we can get 2 elites, 2 campfires. There's a pair up here to go with pairs down here. Looks like we're forced into a floor 7 elite no matter what, so this is not a boss swap option. Not to mention that these paths are pretty okay to begin with. I am noticing that is a lot of question marks. There is notably one path that gets us to one of these with 4 fights, which is usually what I go for. And all the shops are up here. That's what I was noticing before. So the 100 gold does take a little bit to come online. That being said, if we can get here, we are probably pretty well off. I don't really want to take max HP. Max HP is really underwhelming. Also, since we're going this way, we are actually forced into a shop as well, which is kind of funny. So losing the gold is actually really bad for us too. So it's between these two, and despite not having the shop before the first elite, I'm still leaning towards the 100 gold. Colorless cards can be useful, but they can also whiff pretty hard. So I'm going to take something that is guaranteed to give us value. And I think we're going to go like this. Actually, we could go either way, couldn't we? Get one more question mark here. We could also bail out if we go this direction by going this way. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable taking an elite after just 3 fights. If you whiff on cards, then you're going to have less opportunities to get good ones. I take 4 to prevent that even more. 3 is usually sort of consistent, but 4 really gets you, really make sure that you don't whiff nearly as much, like not even close. And in the case that you don't whiff, then suddenly you have 4 cards to take on the elite, and I think that's definitely worth it. Alright, we're going 100 gold start. Alright, starting this off. Oops. Alright. Start off in defensive mode. Interesting. So a strike would kill this with 4 HP. So I'm gonna... I guess it doesn't matter which way, because they both have very little HP left. Should be able to kill both next turn as long as we don't draw all our defense and curl up. Yeah. Okay. First card reward. Recover Polybeam Resilient Plate. I'm definitely a fan of Resilient Plate in general, but I think it's too early to take. 1 energy for Brace 8 is usually very good in the long run, but in the short run it doesn't give us anything of value. We already have Curl Up to enter defensive with Gear Up, and even upgrading Curl Up doesn't do anything, because if you need Curl Up to enter defensive with Resilient Plate, then you can just enter defensive with Curl Up, Gear Up anyway. So this would only do something on the second draw, I suppose, and then but it also exhausts, so we would need an upgrade. It just requires too much of us right now, and we're trying to survive the early game. Polybeam is too early for that. We don't have any strength, as well as this huge downside of hitting a random enemy 4 times. The targeting is really bad against multi-enemy fights, so sentries it would be really bad against. Also 1 energy, 8 damage. is barely better than a strike. Recover, however, despite this being a defense worth of block, is perfectly fine as a first card because of its stasis ability. And also this helps us leak less HP in hallway fights. So we're going to start with that. We are going to have to keep an eye out for ways to deal damage to elites here. Well, this is interesting. Strike, recover, strike. I think does a little bit... I think it does one more damage than Twin Slam twice. It might be better to play Curl Up this turn, though. So that I can enter defensive when I need to. Yeah. I'm gonna stick with that. Do our damage and play Curl Up. We have a full block next turn with Defend Gear Up. Plus extra block for the turn after, so I think we can full block this. Alright, now we're going to play Strike Recover, I think. Oh, I did forget I had the Sapphire in my deck, so actually Resilient Plate could have done something. That's fine, though. Not a big deal. I do think it would have still had to beat Recover somehow. Okay, we found a good damage card. These are not good. But Strike for Strike, 13 damage for 3 damage in return is very, very good. Especially for a common. Oh boy, Wheel of Change already. Wonder how spicy things are going to get here. More gold, maybe? Card remove. That's pretty good. So the question is it Strike or Defend? We've taken a block card and a damage card. What's our boss again? Guardian. That probably means we get rid of a strike. Getting rid of a defend means that our block density is worse, and we really need good block density against Guardian. I guess one more thing to keep in consideration, though, is that now that we have Strike for Strike, Recover, and Sapphire, this is enough to get 10 Brace. Which is not very likely to happen before we draw Curl Up, but is still possible. And also makes it so that we can enter defensive mode easily on the second shuffle. After we already enter it once, we can enter it a second time with another 30 Brace. We have 10 Brace from this, plus 10 Brace from this, so that's 20. Then on the second shuffle we get this again, that's 30. And then this is 10, and on 2 shuffles that's 20, so 30 and 20 is 50. Which is exactly enough. That does require us to take damage from Strike for Strike, though, rather than blocking it with Defend. Or any block, really. Regardless, that does make us more defensive than usual. However, that is a short-term defensive thing. Short-term burst block. Plus a little bit of block control hybrid. But yeah, I still think the Guardian argument is very important. If we find more block cards, I can remove a defend at the shop, so I'm going to go with the Strike for now. Or should I still get rid of the defend because we need to take on elites? Defends are good against sentries. Strikes are not so much. We do need to take elites. If we don't find a good attack, then we're going to have issues. I think since we have a shop, maybe we can afford to get rid of a defend and then get rid of a strike at the shop. So you know what? I am going to get rid of the defend. I don't feel great about it, but I do think it's smart. Alright. Gear Up, Curl Up, Strike for Strike is exactly 7 block. Plus we get a little bit of bonus Thorns damage. Very nice. Also a perfect block there. 1 damage away. But thankfully we have a Strike in Stasis. Okay. Oh, Fear Potion's really good. For anything except sentries. And we're not taking a second Sapphire yet, but Roll Attack absolutely we will take. It's really nice that we have a Campfire before our first elite as well. Yeah, Roll Attack, Overcharge Core, and Sapphire. All that Brace plus Socket for Sapphire plus 16 damage. I think that's a winning combination. Looks like we're leaning pretty hard into defensive mode this early, which is good, I think. Beating this... You know, I don't think it's a good idea to enter defensive this early. I don't want to use the Fear Potion either. We do need to get rid of Cultist first, I think. Yeah, I think we can block in the short term with defensive mode. We can take damage from Strike for Strike, then play Roll Attack, and gear up to enter defensive. So I'm going to just do full damage on Cultist. We need to get rid of it before it scales up too fast, despite this having less HP. Well, we didn't draw Roll Attack. But we still need to block here. If I block like this, I take 4 plus 6 is 10 damage. But if I only block with one of these and play Gear Up, I take 7 from this and then enter defensive for that. Also, we keep it for 2 turns because we enter from taking damage from enemies. So I think it's Gear Up, Recover, and Strike. What do we recover, though? Probably Defend, so that it's out of the draw pile. Or maybe the Curl Up. Maybe Curl Up's worse. Yeah, let's get rid of the Curl Up, because we're about to shuffle. Or... maybe it is better to get rid of an attack so that we can guarantee play it in 2 turns. Because our next turn has at least 2 energy worth of attacks already. Like, Twin Slam is our worst attack, so... yeah, let's do Strike for Strike. I don't want to draw that next turn. Alright, 7 damage. Oh yeah, that's also a thing. Which means that we actually have... oh wait, no we don't. We don't have enough energy. But the Thorns will take care of Cultist here. And Strike for Strike will kill this. Very nice. Another Strike for Strike, wow. Not Walker Claw here. Too expensive to take without support this early. But Priming Shot and Strike for Strike are both very good here. I am more inclined to take the Strike for Strike just because of its huge damage. And the fact that you can use it for Brace anyway. Also, it has synergies. I'm gonna do it. Right. This goes right into Roll Attack, as discussed. We have a Proceed option now, after enhancing. Interesting. I don't know if that's always been there, or if I'm just noticing it now, or what's happening. Okay, so upgrade. I feel like a damage upgrade is the most obvious thing here. We don't have a lot of options. A Curl Up could be a good upgrade, actually. This has a lot of longevity, and we have good attacks already, like large numbers on our attacks, so we don't necessarily need an attack upgrade. We are 1 card short of 15. I guess we go here then. Not only that, it gives us the option to go to the right path too. So we get a card from here. We have 15 cards for that, so we don't have to shuffle 4 cards with our deck without 4 cards in our draw pile. Yeah. Am I absolutely certain I don't need these upgraded? No. I'm not. Let's do a little bit of math here. If we play all three of these, we have 42 damage. Plus a vulnerable is 63. That's really close to beating Gremlin Knob already. We would need, at maximum, 27 more damage to reach 90. We can do that with 3 strikes. We also have an extra turn to stall because of defensive mode. So the only way that that fight could really go wrong is if we draw all 3 of those attacks on the same turn, because then we wouldn't have the energy for it. But otherwise, I think this Vuln Pod actually makes us very safe against Gremlin Knob. We have 3 turns of it, so as long as we get these within 2 turns of each other, which I think is guaranteed with 15 cards, we have it pretty safely, and then we can play our other attacks as well. So yeah, I'm not going to go for a damage upgrade here. I'm going to go for Curl Up. We're going to hope to get some card we can take here. In fact, we probably have to take a card here for the 15 cards, because despite the fact that we could get some pretty meh cards, taking on an elite fight with only 14 cards can end up really punishing. Okay. 2 of these buffing on turn 1 is not what you want to see. You can do 16 and 13. I can't kill both of them in 2 turns, unfortunately. Best I can do next turn is these 2, which means if I do strike for strike here. Oh wait, yes I can. I have 3 energy. Yeah. Okay. So I have to take 3 damage here in order to have a chance to get these without taking a bunch of damage. But we do it like this. And now we can do both attacks on either one. Okay, we got roll attack. That's good, I suppose, because we can just kill one and then enter defensive. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take, I guess that's a total of 9 damage this fight then. Colorless potion. A 3rd strike for strike. Is that what we're doing? We're just taking a bunch of strike for strikes? I feel like at some point you're taking too much damage from them. Maybe it's better to take the priming shot now that I have 2 of them. Or maybe it's better to take the strike for more consistency against Knob. And sentries, actually. Yeah, that's a pretty compelling argument. 3 strike for strikes is 39 damage. That can be enough to kill a sentry. Plus we have Colorless Potion, which could have like Dramatic Entrance or something. Or Flash of Steel would even be enough. Yeah, I'm going to take this for elites, and we're going to hope that we find some synergies later. Because otherwise this self-damage may actually come back to bite us. That's just in theory, though. I haven't done enough runs with... I haven't done any runs with a ton of strike for strikes in the deck. I think the maximum I've had is 2, and that worked fine. But that was only 1 run. So I guess this is going to be the experimental run. Anyways, the 15 card thing, I kind of said it before, but sentries especially, if you shuffle with only 4 cards, if you shuffle the deck with 4 cards in your draw pile, those 4 cards won't get shuffled back, and with the amount of daisies that you get, that's really, really bad. Okay, I'm thinking we use a colorless potion here. We've gone through how many fights? 5 fights, we got 2 potions, we're at 50% potion chance. Fear potions, pretty much useless here. Let's see if we can get something good. Maybe a Hand of Greed? No. Mind Blast is interesting, though. Mind Blast is very interesting. Secret Weapon also exists. We could use that to grab Roll Attack and play Gear Up so that we enter defensive. We do lose out on this strike for strike, but we still do good damage, and we enter defensive for next turn. The problem is, of course, that pulls a card out of our draw pile, and I was just talking about having 15 cards, so that we don't shuffle with a bunch. Metamorphosis also kind of plays into that, but adding more cards to the draw pile is actually not a bad thing. This only does 10 damage. This could do a lot more depending on what we get here. Also, they also cost 0, which is great on 3 energy. And getting a very quick kill on one of these sentries is actually really good. Also, this costs 0, don't forget, because we used a potion. This is obviously the safe option, but I don't think it does enough. Like, 10 plus 13 is 23, so we need another 16 damage on this, which we can only do with roll attack, or strike for strike plus another attack. And if we do that, we're very vulnerable to just taking more damage. We're already taking 3 damage this turn. Next turn, we'd end up taking, I guess, like 8 if we did that and didn't get roll attack. Because we would need strike for strike, another attack, and a defend or recover. Yeah, I'm going to go with Metamorphosis. Let's hope we high roll this. Bobble Burst, Body Crash, Priming Shot. Those are pretty good. Not amazing, but Body Crash will be very good if we can enter defensive at least. I had a strike in hand. Wonder if I should have considered that strike a bit more. Wow, okay. Just don't enter... Just don't grab any of those 0-cost attacks. Alright. That's fine. We don't have to play strike for strike here, actually. We can just enter defensive. Block for 15 here. Can use this later, when we have to kill with it. I was really hoping to draw something this turn. Okay. So how do we do this? 16 and 8? Or 10, 8, 5. 10, 8, 5 is better. And then we can still play roll attack. But strike is the exact same thing. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter then. As long as we do 23 or 24 here, we get the same amount of damage. Next turn we have a full block. Kinda. We also have 2 strike for strike, so I guess we do want to target this next. Let's just do this, as discussed. 16 damage here. Puts it at 21. So actually 2 strike for strikes would kill it. Or recover Body Crash. Strike for strike would be 23. Okay. I could also intentionally take 3 damage in order to enter defensive with recover. It also allows me to put a card back into stasis. Defensive mode for next turn seems like a pretty good idea. I think that saves me more HP on average, especially since we have 2 of our block cards right now. We'd also need one of our... I guess we have 6 hits because any of these enter defensive next turn. Six hits, but also 23 cards. I guess that's not that low. Let's see. %18 chance to miss. That's very significant, actually. Okay, so no then. We have enough energy to play everything in hand. So what I want to do is actually enter defensive with strike for strike recover. So this is 26, this is 25. So we save a little bit of damage by attacking this one with Body Crash. Okay. Cool. Okay, we got lucky. Time capacitor reroute planning. Does seem like a good time to take another stasis card. Planning especially is very strong. But we already have Curl Up Plus and Recover. That gets 2 cards into stasis somewhat frequently. We didn't really get to showcase that with a Sentry's fight since stasis is so scarce. But this may be too much. It's definitely possible. We can build into this. We can find another way to gain either stasis slots or accelerate. Reroute would be a safer option, but is also a 1-cost damage common. It does have good control over stasis, though. Like Recover, you can pick which card you go in just by which card goes in next just by playing it. I'm kind of tempted to take this time capacitor, actually, and use it as an investment. If I take this and find another planning, then suddenly we're in a lot better position. Also, we get a lot more powerful from doing that. The problem is, if we don't find other good stasis things, then this is just a dead card for a while. Also, Accelerate is still on the table. I don't know, all 3 of these seem kind of mediocre in their own ways. We also kind of need control over our block during the Guardian fight, which planning doesn't do well. Reroute does that very well. Time Capacitor gives us nothing. Yeah, maybe we still take the reroute, and then we hope for, like, a couple more block cards. We are coming up on a shop, though. We have not yet been offered a rare card as well. Just thinking about that for our path planning here. As much as I don't want to take a common at this point to fill up our 3rd slot, we also don't have much time before Guardian. So we're far from guaranteed something. I just really don't want to take a reroute. Not with 3 strike for strikes and a roll attack. At a certain point, you start to oversaturate, and then you can't use all your energy. That being said, if we find a 4th energy, we're pretty well off. I'm feeling like taking the time capacitor. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna hope it does something good. Lantern, that's pretty good. There's technically a 4th energy, but it's only on turn 1. Let's see. Which way do we want to go now? This one has one more hallway fight, which honestly kind of scares me a little bit. If we want to upgrade here. What would we even upgrade? Recover, I guess, for more block. Might even just rest. There's also an event here. That event could give us something really good. Like the Golden Idol would be really good for the rest of the run. There is also the question, though, that if I decide to rest at the campfire, that gives us a lot of HP. It takes us to, what, 57? Which I feel might be enough to take these three. I guess maybe not enough to take these three and the Guardian. We could also get gold here. Alright, let's take the right option. Like, this is not guaranteed value, but I think it is a bit safer than this. Never mind. Hello? What are you supposed to do about that? Okay, so I'm noticing that we have a very big lack of block in our hand for this first turn. We would need to do 36 damage to split. How much is this? 19 plus 18 if we use the Fear Potion, that's 37. What if we upgrade? This is 25 plus 10, 35. Okay, so we would have to use the Fear Potion. I don't really want to have to, but this is still an acceptable potion for the upcoming fights. I really don't want to take a lot of HP damage here, so we're going with this. And hopefully we can enter defensive mode for the rest of the fight. Yeah, this looks a lot safer. So if I do gear up strike for strike, we take 3 damage. I'm going to just play the roll attack here, I think. Actually, I shouldn't have even done the gear up. I should have done curl up roll attack. So I'd have something in stasis. Preferably strike for strike. I guess we could still do that. Then we lose out on this. Yeah, let's just go with that. I made a mistake, that's alright. Okay. Strike, strike for strike, and recover something here. We draw 1 card. There's 1 card in the draw pile, which means we shuffle without this card in the draw. I guess a strike for strike would be acceptable. Or just a normal strike. Maybe we get rid of a slimed. Can't kill next turn unless we're... Yeah, we can't kill next turn at all. Unless we want to take 9 damage from 3 strike... Or 6 damage from 3 strike for strikes. Yeah, let's just get a strike out of the draw pile. It's kind of a nice mix of getting a bad card out and having some value a couple turns. We drew the slimed, but that's fine because we already have this damage, which I think means we'll have a kill next turn. Yep. Crystal Ray, Incinerate, Sapphire. Well, Incinerate showed up. I don't really want it though anyway, but that could have been a source of Accelerate here. I could take another Sapphire. I could put those in... I could put one of those in Strike for Strike. I wouldn't feel too bad about that. And I definitely would like to have some kind of extra value. So I'll do it. Okay. Not feeling amazing about this shop, gonna be honest. I guess ice cream is worth considering. It's a good relic in general. Maybe I should just take that. Hope it's useful later. There are some potions here. Panache is interesting, but not really feasible right now. I'm not buying a Sapphire. There's no stasis cards in this shop. This could be good for Guardian, and maybe even the future if we keep a smaller deck. Maybe it is worth buying for that. It would probably be very good for Guardian. Spire Protocol is, I guess, a thing. We have a lot of front loads, so maybe some more setup wouldn't hurt. As well as being able to keep up our defensive mode more consistently. The only problem is that that's really only useful in hallway fights? Sheesh. Bosses. Because it's so slow. It is good in bosses, but the slowness is very punishing. Especially going into Act 2, that would hurt a lot. So I think it's one of these two relics. We can't take a card remove if we do Ice Cream. We can't buy potions if we do Ice Cream. And I'm not convinced we're going to be saving energy anyways. Except in maybe the Guardian fight. So I guess we do Abacus. Maybe? I'm not convinced this is going to give us a lot of value, but I know some other people really like it. So I guess we should just experiment, huh? As far as potions go, I think since we took Time Capacitor, maybe we just take the Fire Potion. Polishing Oil is really good, though. Maybe that gets us enough time to do damage, while also keeping us healthy. We know the next fight is either Lagavulin or Gremlin Knob. We also know that we have a hallway fight right before that. This could save us a lot of HP in that hallway fight. That's probably a really compelling reason to take it. I'm going to go with that. Alright, now we're going to remove a strike. Thank you, Smiling Mask. I'm thinking I'm probably going to continue to use you the rest of the game, so let's see if we can half like that. Alright. Am I absolutely sure I don't want this in Twin Slam? Yes. Too expensive to pay 2 energy for a brace. With only 10 damage attached. Anyway, roll attack is good for that extra 6. 6 is very significant. And besides, I already have a Sapphire in this one, so it's bracing 12. I did say I was going to rest here, and I think I'm going to stick with that. I don't have any upgrades that really change the flow of my deck for the better. It just gives me a little bit more stats, damage, block, otherwise. We're likely to enter defensive. So I don't think I need to use a potion here. You can just defend, strike, gear up. Seems fine. We draw some defensive mode cards like Curl Up. Yeah, there we go. Put Strike into stasis. We'll do Recover on Strike for Strike as well. Do a little bit of Thorns damage. And we win. Okay. Didn't get a potion either, which is good. Now Resilient Plate. Now Resilient Plate. We still don't have any temporary buffs, but this is good for Act 2 sometimes, just with the debuffs that come in naturally. And the Brace 8 actually gets us into defensive mode even faster. I'm going to take it. Alright, now we got Knob to fight. Oh yeah, Blessing of the Forge on Gear Up does things. I don't want to enter defensive right now. Would want to do that next turn. Don't really have a great way to do that, since my actual brace is skills. Also, we drew a lot of damage cards this turn. I do want to use Curl Up to save a card for later. I wonder if it's Curl Up on Roll Attack. That seems like it's a little bit long to wait. How much damage is this? 32. Then we use Curl Up on Strike, so that's 38. If we upgrade, that's another 11 damage, 49. So then we only have 38 to go. We have exactly 38 in the draw pile. Interesting. Huh. There's a good chance that we get all of those before the turn after. Huh. Okay, I'm willing to take that risk. Could I re-enter defensive somehow? Okay, we draw 2 of our attacks. Now we have a 2 in 3 chance of getting the kill next turn, it looks like. Brace 15. If I do whiff, I'm going to want to be in defensive mode. So I guess I should play this. Maybe. I only saved 1 HP, but... Oh, wait, Resilient Plate also gets rid of Vulnerable, so it's actually more than that. Okay. Please give me both attacks. Yes, awesome. The best part is, we don't get damaged. Awesome. Auto Tornado. On a time capacitor? Ugh. Really making me regret taking that. Holy shit, a Spheric Shield. Yes. We've been waiting all act for a rare, and it's a pretty darn good one. Yeah, that time capacitor got us a relic that I don't want to use on it. We could still speculate for later. We have a lot of ways to enter defensive, so it doesn't really hurt us to have a slightly worse turn 1 as much. We have a pretty good chance of entering defensive just off of the cards we draw, other than time capacitor, which means we're relatively safe. We also have good potions. Maybe we still do it. Because that lets us lean very aggressively into stasis then. Yeah, you know what? I am going to do it. I feel very confident that we can make it through the next parts of the game without this hurting us too much. Upgrade Resilient Plate for Guardian. I don't think the brace is going to be that relevant in this fight. We have a lot of brace. Got Recover, Curl Up Plus, Roll Attack, the Strike for Strike, Resilient Plate, Spheric Shield. We're going to need to play this very carefully, but we do have a lot of HP. Do I upgrade Recover then? We do have 2 Strike for Strikes, which deal me 3 damage apiece, so having these 3 would get us into defensive. Actually, what is our magic number right now? We have 10 from this, 22, 25. Let's just count the brace for now. 29, 41, 49. So 49 without self-damage and 58 with. This would take us to 50 and 59. That doesn't get us into the That doesn't get us into the high numbers. It doesn't get us to 60, but it does get us to 50. 50 is a pretty important number. And by the way, this is all the first shuffle. So getting into defensive 3 times with Spheric Shield and our brace on our first shuffle, that keeps us very, very safe. Also, this being a better block card is just good in general, both for Guardian and for the beginning of Act 2. Don't need Resilient Plate yet. I doubt that we pick up another small brace card at this point, unless it's maybe Recover. Unless it's exactly Recover. That's also just 1 common card. Other options would be Piercing Hide and Priming Shot. I guess I would take a Piercing Hide. Like it's kind of a weak card, but we also have 3 strike for strikes. It gives us the 2 brace. It gives us block, which we removed a defend earlier for. So I guess both those block cards would do something good here. I guess I'd also take... No... I don't know. Maybe this isn't super necessary then. If that's not necessary, what should I do? Should I do a preemptive Twin Slam upgrade? I don't need a Time Capacitor upgrade because I have Lantern, I don't think. Yeah, I'll do the preemptive Twin Slam upgrade. We're going to find some gems for it at some point. Alright. So the problem with defensive mode is that you gotta juggle it correctly. It doesn't look like we're gonna have enough damage for split next turn. This gets us 22, takes it to 18, but then Guardian blocks for 9 and puts it at 27. We would need 2 strike for strikes and another attack. Or I guess Twin Slam strike for strike. Doesn't seem too low of a chance, but I don't really want to take that chance. So I think entering defensive is fine here. With roll attack, resilient plate, just get this out of the draw. We could also use a colorless potion for some kind of extra block this fight. Yeah, we have plenty of HP though, and if we don't get a potion, we're going to be glad to have held on to it. If not, it's fine. How much HP would this save us though? Let's say we get like a good instincts. That saves us at maximum 24 HP. And then after the end of Act Heal, it's only 6. It's kind of worth it. I don't see this being super good though. I'm going to save it for Act 2 since we're on the verge of a heal. So next question, do I do damage or Time Capacitor? I think we want Time Capacitor out of our draw more than we want to do 6 damage. We have strike for strikes. 36. Okay, so we did draw strike for strike Twin Slam. Do we have enough now? Actually, yes we do. We have strike, Twin Slam, strike for strike. It's 20, 33. Which is 9 plus 24, yeah. Oh, we don't have 4 energy. We did get this, but... yeah. Alright, so we're going to be doing defend, Twin Slam then. We're going to take 11. Maybe I should have calculated the exact odds. I probably wouldn't have wanted to take those odds anyway. Right. Curl up or cover strike for strike seems fine. Actually, these two get this, so we don't have to. So we don't have to worry about this debuff. Yeah, let's do recover then. Or do we want to do curl up? Ooh, we want to curl up recover. No, we're gonna play Spheric Shield next turn, maybe. We could curl up on gear up just to discount it, because we want to draw these naturally next turn if we... Actually, the turn after we're going to need block anyway, so I guess it is Spheric Shield. Okay. Oh, but if I do this then, I take 3 damage from strike for strike. Alright, let's just bring back a different card then. Let's do... We kind of want to draw this next turn, because we'll have Thorns then. Let's do roll attack. Let's get that discounted. It's an expensive card. Oh, right, we have Abacus. Well, I guess that means we can save Spheric Shield because we have other ways to enter defensive here. That's really good, actually. I am noticing that Curl Up Recover is 1 short, which means that a Recover upgrade would have been nice, I suppose. Um, we get 10 block, puts us at 16, we take 3, that's 13, okay. We could also put Recover into stasis instead of Strike for Strike. Yeah, that seems like a good idea, actually. Because that's going to be the 4 times attack turn. Oh, right, there's Sharp Hide. I forgot about that. Well, this turn sucked. That's okay. Right, Abacus doing things again. We can enter defensive here, I think. Nope, we're 1 short again. Can't use Strike for Strike either. Looks like we're going to have to block the old-fashioned way then. That's fine, we can just do this. Bring back Roll Attack again. I mean, it is expensive. Yeah, let's do that. Do I want to enter defensive? I don't think so. Let's see, this is 20 damage, takes it to 14, plus 9 is 23, minus 13 is 10. We have a strike. We have a pretty good chance of proccing their defensive mode next turn, so let's do it without taking damage or entering defensive. Yeah. Twin Slam, strike, strike for strike. And we're still good. Now we have a very, very free defensive mode entry. Defend, recover, roll attack, strike for strike. How much damage is that? 11 to us. We have 20, so we take 1 damage. I'm fine with that. What do I want for 2 turns from now? This. As usual. Forgot about that. Yeah, I'm fine with taking 1 again. It's decent damage. Spheric Shield? Defend, roll attack, actually. Or maybe Spheric Shield's good enough for next turn. Yeah, we still need to block next turn's multi-attack. Okay. Now's the time. We successfully saved it before. We get to play 3 strike for strikes. It's really funny. And recover covers the rest. So now what? What do we want for 2 turns from now? Or 3 if we do roll attack. Suppose a strike for strike can't hurt. We don't have a way to enter defensive mode anymore. Unless we very aggressively play our brace cards. So we just need to focus on killing Guardian now. Which means I think roll attack is too expensive. Alright. We might be able to kill them while they're in defensive mode. Can we kill right now? 33? No. We need 33 plus 9. So it looks like we're going to be splitting with Recover, Twin Slam, Strike for Strike, which is 20 damage versus the 18 we need. Get Curl Up out of the draw pile? No, we can enter defensive with that. So that's actually good for us. We've got to strike out. Okay. This is it. Oh, we definitely have one. Awesome. Okay, pretty good. Oh, a citrine. Versus Time Sifter and Laser Turret. Laser Turret's very tempting with the extra stasis slot. But we also don't have any strength for this. I feel like Energy and Twin Slam is the beginning of something very, very strong. We can put pretty much anything in it except for Sapphire and have an extremely strong effect. For basically for free, as well as 7 damage per hit. I'm thinking like Garnet would be good for double vulnerable on all enemies. Obviously Quartz would be good to draw a card as well as gain an energy, so we basically have... If we got our deck small enough, it would be an infinite. And we have Abacus. Oh man, that'd be great. And we have Smiling Mask, so that's actually a very, very possible strategy this game. Thin the deck by removing a ton of cards, get a Quartz, and then we go infinite with Twin Slam, Citrine Quartz, and Abacus for block. That goes infinite against the Heart too. You can't die. The Heart wouldn't do enough damage. You'd be shuffling every time you play a card. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Citrine. Oh, Empty Cage. Oh god. Okay, we're not taking Ecto. Ecto's not happening with Smiling Mask. There are some times where Ecto is fine with Smiling Mask, because this means that you can get more card removed, which is this thing's biggest downside. But here we want to lean very aggressively into card removals, if we're going to go this route. Again, it's not guaranteed. We would still need a Quartz. Which I guess is actually kind of likely if we were visiting a bunch of shops and seeing a bunch of skills. At least more likely than normal. But yeah, Empty Cage would get us there a lot faster. Tiny Bowler Hat, though, is a lot of power. I could definitely see myself removing 2 strikes here. We have so much defense and control over our defensive mode that we can survive Act 2 without those strikes. I guess the question would be, can we survive without the extra power from Tiny Bowler Hat? I really do want to try this. I really do want to try and aim for this infinite. It's probably only going to be entertaining to watch for one fight, you know, but still an effective way to win. Also, if we don't have good shot paths, this Abacus could be really... Sorry, the Empty Cage would be very good for us. I think both of these options are good. I just don't know how likely it is we get a Quartz by the end of the game. Is it worth going for? Are the odds high enough? Or is Tiny Bowler Hat a much what we have to go for? Take us down to 16 cards. Wow. And after we socket this, 15? Wow. That means this Abacus actually gets a lot of value if we get... yeah. Just gets a lot of value in general. How much has this done already? It's done its thing 6 times. We've had 2 fights with it. No, 3 fights per combat is 12. Man, that Empty Cage is very tempting. I just don't know we can afford it. I'm gonna say we can between our potions and our defensive mode. Spheric Shield especially, I think, makes us so safe. Let's do it. Goodbye strikes. Now, despite the fact that we have a lot of block from defensive mode, it doesn't mean that we're going to have enough block per turn. It gives us 10 block per turn for 2 turns, which is great. It also gives us Blur. But if enemies are attacking for more than 10 damage every turn, like Avocado for instance, having these defends will help a little bit. Also, we do need to counteract the strike for strikes. Alright. So the main way we get strong here is through shops. Which means that we can even forego elites if we want to go this really aggressive removal path. And, the smaller your deck gets, the more effective removals are anyway, so this is very viably stronger than fighting elites. We would just have to go through... Oh my gosh, we can actually get all three? Oh, that's... I can't ignore that. It's gotta take a few hallway fights first. Also, don't get a campfire until here, which is where we need to socket. But, an unsocketed citrine with 3 energy is not so bad anyway. Just have to survive through this. Which I think we can absolutely do. Let's do it. Okay. We don't want to enter defensive yet. The next turn is an 11 damage turn. The turn after is what we want to be in defensive mode for. So this is going to be attack, defend, strike for strike. This bottle has actually turned out to be very bad, but, I had no idea the infinite strategy was even on the table. So, for me, the greed here is telling me I want to play all 3 of these, but actually entering defensive would mean we still take 1 damage. We don't have great block for next turn either. Okay, Spirit Shield it is. That will get us enough block for this turn and next turn with, 1 defend. Or we can just re-enter defensive, who cares? In fact, we get another 22 brace after this, which means we're very close to re-entering defensive again. Let's do it. Let's get rid of some debuffs here. Let's even do it like this, so we can play strike for strike. And we can just play gear up next turn, plus whatever 8 brace card we draw, in theory. We don't have enough brace, but that's fine. Ooh, interesting. This recover not being upgraded also didn't work with this brace. Okay, so the recover upgrade was actually a lot better than I thought, but hopefully we still get the Twin Slam to pay off. Actually, do we have damage here? Yeah, we just have damage. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Another roll attack, shield spikes. We're going to skip all of these. Very solid cards, but very expensive, and not what the direction we're going this game. This is a very obvious Spheric Shield. Then recover, strike for strike. In that order? No, let's do the other order. There we go. We did 2 damage. Yay us. Can re-enter defensive again? I think that's a pretty good idea. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Very nice. That didn't even do anything for us except for brace, did it? Oh well. That's fine. We're going to re-enter with roll attack so that we get the full value out of that brace. And we're going to strike for strike, defend, curl up. I don't know why that doesn't just automatically put that in. Maybe they just overlooked that when changing how selected stasis works. You can only play one of these strike for strikes? Okay. We wouldn't have been able to get a kill, I just did the math on that after I played the cards, as usual. Let's bring back Citrine for more energy next turn. By the way, 0 damage avocado fight. That's pretty good. That's how you know this deck didn't need any extra power. There's another recover. That's pretty good stasis, but actually more stasis is good for this strategy. And maybe the time capacitor is too. The more that we can put cards into stasis, the less cards that are in our draw pile, hand, and discard, which means we can go infinite much easier. I guess the only thing to think about is if we really need that third card, because once we get rid of all our strikes and defense, we have 2 stasis things. I'm going to go with yes, because we have an extra stasis slot. Because I don't think we draw through quite fast enough, to keep stuff in stasis that long. Because... what's the reasoning here? Because every turn that you draw cards is also another turn that stuff comes out of stasis. So if it takes 2 turns to go through your draw, then you're getting your 1-cost cards out of stasis in those 2 turns. And even if it's just a little bit faster, you're not going to get to your infinite fast enough. So I am going to take another recover. Anyways, that's the magic number brace card that I was saying I'd take earlier too, so yay. Okay, this sucks a little bit. I guess we don't need to enter defensive here. It's next turn that we would want to enter. It's just that playing these strike for strikes is really good. Would a colorless card help? I think it's possible. Apotheosis. You know, that's not it here. Surprisingly. I think violence is actually what we want. Violence is the answer. Yeah, roll attack was what I was hoping for there. I guess we had a 1 in 4 chance to miss it, because we still have a strike in our deck. It's a strike, twin slam, roll attack, and the strike for strike. So yeah, we definitely want to do roll attack and gear up. That gets us in. And we can even do a strike for strike. So this is already 18 damage from Thorns, which means it says 11 left. This will do 10. No, it'll do 9. 6 plus 3 from Thorns again. This will do 8. We also have a Citrine this turn. That actually helps a bit. So we actually have 2 energy to work with. That said, that doesn't necessarily mean we want to do both strike for strikes. Because then we drop below 6 block, which we need for the bird. What's the chances that we can... We might want to keep some block for next turn. So what does the least here? This does 8. Then we enter defensive, and this does 9. 17, it's at 12. Another 9, it's at 3. And we take 1 damage, we have 3 block left, so we have 13 for next turn. What if we do roll attack here? And then strike for strike. We do strike for strike. We take 3 damage. And then we take the full 6 from this, leaving us at 1 block. So 11 block for next turn. So I guess this is the best for keeping block for next turn. The problem is we're not doing very much damage to Chosen if we do it like that. What if we do Twin Slam for the extra damage? So we said we have 11 left, right? So do 3. This would do 9. Ooh, interesting. Sorry, this would do 8. 3 and 8 is 11. I was thinking of strike for strike. Strike for strike is 9. So if we don't play the strike for strikes at all, if we do roll attack, twin slam here with gear up, That kills this, we keep 4 block, and we can play Twin Slam against Chosen. Okay, that is what we're going to do. Yes. Okay. Maybe it was still worth to take a little bit more just to do more damage to Chosen. I'm not fully convinced. Great Resilient Plate timing, holy shit. We only get 1 dazed now. Also, they are doing the vulnerable attack, which means we pretty much have to enter defensive now. But that's fine. We have full block. Very nice. We're going to recover, curl up, and strike for strike. What do we want to recover? I think Citrine's a pretty good option. Let's do Citrine. Also, the attack from Strike for Strike, the one that attacks us, is not affected by any kind of modifiers like Strength or Weaken or Vulnerable. So we always take 3, which is nice. Also what's nice, Abacus, allowing us to do full damage here without taking damage. We also have 1 brace left. Interesting. We have to play all of our block cards here to full block this turn, which is still fine. Let's bring back also... No, we want to get a kill next turn. Let's get rid of Defend. And we'll play that. And that's full damage. Very nice. Those are not quartz, so no. Alright, shop number 1. Those are still not quartz. Master Strategy, though. Master Strategy and Dark Shackles. Wow. Sack of Gems. Oh god. How much do we want to gamble? Sack of Gems. 5 chances at 5 chances at quartz. That may actually be the play. We do have 2 leftover slots for gems, so that helps a bit. We don't have a campfire for these 3 fights, so whatever gems we get... Oh, sheesh. We didn't take any damage on these fights, though, so we still have a polishing oil, so maybe we could get away with it. Is Master Strategy better than a card remove? Usually yes, but here I'm not convinced. Also, if none of these are quartz, I'm going to be very sad. There are 12 gems in total. Let's do a little bit of math here. So 7 chances to miss out of 12. And then we do that 5 times. So this is the chance to miss with our 5 gems. And I'm going to multiply by 100 for percentages. 6.75% chance to miss. Is it really that... Wait, no. No, what am I doing? It's not 7 out of 12 to miss. It's 11 out of 12 to miss. Hang on, let's see if we can... 0.92. Man, if only it was a 7 out of 12 chance to miss. This is going to be much higher. Unfortunately, you can't use numbers to just type it in. You have to do it by mouse. 65%. Yeah, okay. It's a 1 in 3 chance to hit. 2 in 3 to miss. And we pay such a hefty price over the next few floors for doing it. So it doesn't look like we can do that. Master Strategy, while normally useful, we want to thin the deck down to the infinite as possible. I guess I should also be looking into other possibilities here, because we might just never find the quartz, and if we don't, we're going to be very sad. So we need to look into other ways to scale our damage. Stasis helps quite a bit. Thorns would help quite a bit as well. Actually, I wonder how many of these would be hits for us. Like, obviously we have another thing in Twin Slam. We have another slot in Twin Slam that we can use. So, like, Garnet would be good. I think Amethyst would be good in one of the Strike for Strikes, more than Twin Slam. We have the Temp buff gems, which are meh. No, you know what? I don't think having 5 loose gems in the deck is worth it. I'm going to do the card remove on the Strike, like I said. If you want to buy the Dark Shackles, maybe. We have these 3 fights, which is a minimum of 40 gold. So 232 minus 92 is 140. Minus 50 is 90. That would be enough for an uncommon card. I think guaranteed as well. I don't think this can reach 90. Or 91, which is what we wouldn't be able to afford at very minimum. Pre-program is pretty good, actually, now that I think about it. Well, in general. Not here, though, I guess. Is Dark Shackles worth it? It's possible. Is it worth it here? If you have enough damage for the elite fight, might just have to buy the fire potion. Although we haven't gotten a potion yet, and it's been 3 fights, so it's actually 70% potion chance here. But is it a 70% chance of a good potion? Probably not. Might be... I think it's 50% or lower. If we got slavers, we might be in trouble. Should probably buy the fire potion then. No use in making it to the end game with an infinite if you don't make it to the end game, right? It's very tempting to take this. Is there anything else that would help us go infinite? Any relics in the next shops? I don't think so. What would really help, though, is having enough chances to actually buy an uncommon card, and that might not happen. Alright, I'm just going to take the fire pot and leave. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be curl up on Citrine. Time capacitor, defend. Recover the curl up? Yeah. Entering offensive fast is going to be very good for us, I think. Let's see. We don't have enough block to play these strike for strikes. I guess unless we use the fire pot here. I don't want to take a lot of damage, but we might have to. Gotta get rid of this guy. Oh, we have twin slams. Maybe that's not so bad. So let's just do that. We have some damage cards in our draw pile that add up to 29. This puts us back into defensive. Okay, we don't need to play Spirit Shield then. I'm gonna leave it in the draw. Reshuffle. Citrine, huh? Next turn we have Strike for Strike. We also have 6 dazes. But we have a guaranteed kill against the front guy. I might need to bring back one of my damage cards. Maybe Roll Attack. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just draw the Citrine naturally, I guess. Or maybe that's worse than not putting into stasis. Maybe that's worse than putting it into stasis. Now that I think about it. Hey, look at that, we're using all 4 of our stasis slots. Amazing. This is not what I was hoping for. Alright, looks like we're using polishing oil. That's fine, actually, because we still have a 70% chance to get a potion here. And we keep the fire potion for next fight. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Okay, we take 6 instead of 16. Still kind of leaking HP, but I think we're still fine. We're gonna do this as well. We're gonna do that. It's gonna be real nice. Oh, I should have played the citrine so I could put it into stasis. Oh well. What do we not want? I guess a defend. Or do we? We take 11 here. We go to 18 next turn. You already have defense and spheric shield and all that. Maybe it was better to do recover, actually, so I could actually get stasis back. Right, that's also a thing. Re-enter defensive to play strike for 3 more damage? No. I'm good. I'm gonna do... Oh, I have to block now. That's fine. We were very close to a kill. It is gonna block again, but it's fine. It's 26 plus thorns. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to worry about the enemy attacks anymore because they dead. Great. No potion. No good cards either. Emerald is interesting. So we're at the point where we're needing to start thinking about other gems to put in these cards. I don't think... This is the kind of card you play last in a turn, though. So this isn't that great. Yeah, keep skipping. You know, with all these common cards, our rare chances going up, at least. Okay, it is Slavers. I was afraid of that. I think we do need to do maximum damage here, so focus a little bit less on blocking. Thankfully we can still do, I guess, Gear Up. Maybe Resilient Plate's better. Looks like we're going to be taking 22 damage and re-entering defensive again. That's, I suppose, fine. We're not going to be fighting any more elites this act. Oh wait, no, this is enough damage to kill with Fire Pod. Okay, cool. Very nice. So we only take 8. Now I think we go for the middle guy because this is a stall kind of deck. And we do not want wounds if we're stalling. 21. There's a chance that we're in defensive mode by the time we get this out of stasis. But it's also a useful card with all the wounds in the deck. Maybe I should bring back Time Capacitor, since that is a useless card in this draw pile. Let's do that. Maybe I could have brought back... No, I used Resilient Plate. Forgot about that. Okay, 20 block. And I think I still have to do damage here. So no curl up for more brace this time. That's fine. Okay. We're gonna recover recover to the defend. And we're going to leave the citrine alone. We're one away. Okay. We're good. Recover again. Recover, recursion. You know, with double recover, this fight isn't actually that scary, despite all the wounds. We do not have enough damage to kill this. Dang. Is this gonna be a problem? I guess we can take damage to re-enter defensive. What am I thinking? I don't know why I thought this was lower than it was. Oh, was I looking at the block and thinking that was this? Yeah, we're not even close. Well, next turn we're almost guaranteed. No, it's only a 2 and 3. Never mind. We're gonna have to take the damage here. But please give me Twin Slam so I don't waste my damage. Okay, thank you. And I guess we don't play strike for strike. I'm gonna bring back the other recover. This is so many wounds. Or maybe I bring back curl up so I can re-enter defensive as soon as possible. Or maybe I bring back citrine in case we get a good draw and so that this isn't in the draw pile. We take a lot of damage here, actually. It's not like bringing something back is going to make our next turn better. So I'm going to bring back the citrine so that it's at least not worse. This enters defensive next turn for 3 damage. That might be worth it. Oh wait, no, we don't even enter defensive. We have 12 more to go. Alright, please give me a good hand. At least good enough to enter defensive with. That'll do it. Guess we'll do that for next turn as well. Okay. So yeah, slavers we were supposed to be afraid of slavers. Firepot was definitely necessary. This hand sucks. But overall, I think we're going to make it. Just need to stop leaking HP. These are 9 apiece. Do I have to take 5 to play this? If I do this, I still need 2 of them. That's still probably better than all 3. I'll do it. Okay. We have lost so much HP here. Sheesh. Oh, we got some back. Hallelujah. An orb block. Okay, that could help us with our damage. I would really appreciate it if we could stop getting all these common attacks. Like, we've seen so many common cards. Where's our rare? This was even an elite fight. I wonder what the rare chance was. Is orb block good enough? I guess with an upgrade it could be. Yeah, I gotta take this just in case we don't hit the warts in this game. Okay, I was about to say we better not whiff here, and holy shit, this hand was a whiff. Can bring back citrine for next turn. Let's do that. I don't really need time capacitor here, I don't think. Do I play the gear up instead? We have a citrine next turn, but we still have a lot of expensive cards too. I'll play this instead. We don't need the defense. What am I saying? That's the one we don't need. Alright, resilient plate. There we go. Yeah, resilient plate puts us into defensive as well. We can't play strike for strike though, because we're taking too much damage. Jesus Christ. Look at this. We drew probably the worst possible combination here. 3 HP. We're gonna have to rest by the time we get here, and we're gonna have to hope that this isn't a fight, because apparently we're not prepared. Yeah, we need at least curl up, recover. And it only leaves 1 energy for strike. We would have to enter defensive for 2 turns here, I think. Wait, roll attack, recover does it. Right? This gives us 10 block. This is 8, 4, 3, that's 15. And then that gives me 5, so that's 25 block, and we do damage. Okay. We don't need defense next turn, so there's no point in bringing back Citrain. There is a point in bringing back recover, though. Yeah. Alright, eat my thorns. Oh yeah, we played a strength card, that's cool. There we go. Energy potion, that's good. I can't with this game. Please not a fight. Oh my god, that's not what I meant. Can I win this? We have Molotov? It's turn 2 I have to be worried about. And holy shit, if I didn't get that strawberry, I'd be dead. I also have an energy potion that helps immensely. But a bad draw could really ruin this. But I don't want to go to the shop with 0 gold. That's really, really bad. Really bad to go to these shops and have no money. You know what, the defensive mode, I don't think it's impossible. But turn 2 is 12 plus... What is this, 12? And then 10? That's 34 damage. So we need to block turn 1 and turn 2. The Molotov helps a bit, but... I don't know. If we lose all our gold, I don't know if I want to keep playing this run. This has gone so poorly that I don't understand. Maybe I should have gone for the middle slaver first. Maybe that was the play. Not having HP to spend for strikes really hurts too. And then on turn 3, we're still getting hit for a ton as well. Like, these guys are relentless. The only thing that they're worse at than slavers is HP. Wow. I could not imagine a worse event to get here. I'm going to be honest. This is quite possibly the worst event we could have gotten. I don't see us winning this fight, but going to 2 shops with 0 gold. Like, you can't even get gold in these unless you get the shrines. And these could still be fights, too. We're going to have to rest here. I don't know how we beat Champ. I guess we did need Tiny Bowler Head after all, huh? Alright, we're gonna fight. I don't care anymore. Welp. This game, I can't. How do you give me turn 1s this bad? Because I took the bottled time capacitor. Alright, well that's going to be it. That's very frustrating. Man, I really thought I had something with Smiling Mask, Abacus, Twin Slam. I guess it really was just a mistake to take Empty Cage and full YOLO into the Infinite. I don't understand how we did so poorly. After these first 3 fights, we took 0 damage in these, and then after that we just started. Well, this one was still okay, but after that we started just getting absolutely destroyed in a deck that was supposed to be defensive enough to take it on. Like, we even proved that in the first few fights. We completely blocked out Shell Parasite, which is almost unheard of. We had plenty of defensive mode. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. That's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed what there was of this. I hope you stick around for future episodes, and if you do, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.